Hi, this is Gizmo First, and I'm coming to you from the middle of summer where it's pretty hot where I am, and I'm at that very frustrating time of the year where my job includes taking care of a lot of kids for 10 hours a day in blistering heat and keeping them entertained. I love my job, but today I thought I'd need to take a break and do at least a short thing just to stay on YouTube, really, because they say that if you're absent for too long it can be the death of a channel. But I did come across this today, being very much involved in the Save Nuclear Winter movement. Dr.Fuzzie, the leader, has these words to say today to people who are for axing the mode. So we're going to go through this just a little bit, and I would like you to give me your impressions, because I know that amongst the community in general there's a lot of people who are still saying, yeah, it's good that they're axing it and stuff like that. And I have reiterated time and time again that, okay, axe it, but be honest about why you're axing it. Don't try to fog it off on player absence or the lack of activity, because that is only your fault, Bethesda. Okay, so for those of you who are, these are the words of Dr. Fuzzie today to everybody on our Discord. So those of you who are with Bethesda axing Nuclear Winter, why? How would keeping the game mode hurt the game? The main argument I've heard is that it takes up resources. I would love it if Bethesda spent resources on this mode, but they don't. The last gameplay update for the mode was April 2020 with Wastelanders. Then they added the cattle prod explosive bow and the completely overpowered Gore shotgun. The only other date was an event to earn cosmetics in June 2020, and then they accidentally brought it back in July 2020. Since July, there have only been updates. The only updates they've received are unintentional ones through the changes in the main game, and that goes for the bugs. For those people that say that Nuclear Winter is buggy, it's not buggy. The only bugs that are actually in the mode are those that were introduced through changes in adventure mode. The only beneficial update of these being perk loadouts. You may agree that resources aren't being used to update the mode, but the servers are resources. Yes, correct, you are. The servers are indeed resources, but the cost of keeping the servers running is minuscule, and moving them over to adventure will not magically improve the stability of adventure servers. No, only clamping down on hackers and dupers will do that, because the servers themselves are actually fine. What people are doing on them is what is making it unstable, and I believe it's unfair to blame Bethesda for that. So the resources that they are gaining back are zero. The devs have not worked on this mode in any capacity for more than a year. Getting rid of the mode will not improve updates, quality of life, server stability, or any other game development. Matter of fact, there has been a rumor, and this is interesting, that another PvP mode is going to eventually replace Nuclear Winter. Now, that is a crock of shite on the biggest proportion. They have so much gone into phasing PvP out of this game that they are not going to put another PvP mode. I would bet my right kidney on the fact that they are not going to do crap all with PvP in this game. And anybody who thinks that they're going to do so is completely delusional. They have recently also said that there is a new significant update coming in September, which I find quite interesting. It coincides with shutting down Nuclear Winter. A lot of people have said maybe it's a PvP mode. I'm looking forward to selling that right kidney if I'm wrong, but I don't think it will be. I more think it might be updates to the social hub. It might be... I don't think it's going to be new events coming through. I think my leading opinion is that it might be some kind of social hub update where people can get together and team up easier, find clans, and so forth and so forth. I don't think it's going to be as significant as they say it's going to be. So by them getting rid of Nuclear Winter, they're going to spend resources developing a new PvP, whereas much less could be spent improving Nuclear Winter. Why would they put money into making a new PvP when there's already one there, which all it needs is a little bit of duct tape to make it better? It was already absolutely fine the way it was, and people who say that it's rubbish are people who've gone in there 3 times and had their asses handed to them. Some hate it because they don't want to do the dailies. Enough said, but I mean, I don't like daily ops either, and I still have to do them, so, you know. Most people who want to finish a season finish it way before it finishes, which is evident by the drop in player count towards the end of the season. And this is another thing, people who complete it go into Nuclear Winter. Completing your scoreboard without doing NW dailies is extremely easy, and the amount of time spent on the Nuclear Winter daily can be used in adventure mode to do the repeatable. Many complain that the mode is full of hackers. Well, there are hackers, they're just nowhere near as many as people think. This is one thing I don't agree with. There was a video, one of you will have to find it and tell it to me and show it to me at some point. It is of a guy who invented a hack to actually reveal the hackers, and within a couple of weeks that he was playing, he revealed that more than 60% of players were using hacks. Now, I don't know when that was. That might have been over a year ago, and when, yeah, granted, back then there were a lot of hackers. There's a lot fewer nowadays, but there are some. I could name them here, but I'm not going to. Because why? It's like, you know, September is going to be closed down anyway. Since September 2020, I've come across 8 players that were either hacking maliciously or using an exploit. Yeah, most people don't hack maliciously, they're just using ESP to see where you are. Most players call people hackers and cheaters, are just good at the game, and use perk cards properly. Very true also. Additionally, the honors for suspicious occurrences is usually desync bugs, perks like hacker. Yeah, so basically you think someone shot you through a wall when they haven't, you just pinged slow. So in actuality, this mode doesn't have a major cheating problem. Actually, I would agree with that. It's no more major than the cheating problem in adventure, as the constant server stability caused by people still duping in adventure mode since Legendary Power Armor came out is proof of. Lastly, people will say it's shite. Everyone likes different things, and it's okay. You may not like Nuclear Winter. No, in my experience, people that just come up to you and say something is rubbish are people who just don't have an argument for it, and they're just like most people are people who haven't even played it. They haven't even played the mode to see if it is as shite. It's like when Fallout 76 came out and people were going all over the place and saying it's shite. YouTubers, so many YouTube channels got started up on the downfall of Fallout by just making videos about how rubbish it was, and a lot of those people had never played it. It was just trending, so they just jumped on the trend bandwagon. PvP isn't for everyone, and that's what many of us thought also. I did. I said in my last video I never wanted to play PvP, and one day I just wanted to do Nuclear Winter out of interest, morbid interest really, and it stuck, and now I love it. However, content, lulls and adventure gravitated us to Nuclear Winter, where we discovered a fun way to experience Fallout 76 with a great community. That's the thing, we love the atmosphere of Fallout, but there's not enough to do in the game there for endgame players, so Bethesda are going to lose a lot of their endgame players come September. The game mode isn't perfect, but how can you expect it to be when it's had roughly 4 updates that all occurred more than a year ago? Even so, it is surprisingly balanced. Okay, and there's plenty of unique gameplay mechanics. If anyone would like to give the mode a try, I'm always willing to help players out. Just send me a message, blah, 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 blah. That's a very, you know, the rest of it is kind of, you can read it on the screen if you want to, but he makes some very good points. Yes, the game, it's pointless turning it off at this point. It wouldn't take a lot for them to even monetize it, you know. There are people who would pay money to keep this thing online, as is evident by the community right now who are trying to raise money to get the billboard done that I mentioned in my last video. There is a link in the description below to the Fund It. I don't know what it's called actually, probably Fund It or something similar. You know, there are things like that. Take a look at the link below, and if you feel like that you can help us save this game mode, please do. If you don't, that's fine. If you do think it's shite, keep your opinions to yourself, because there are a lot of people who like it. If you want to post in my comments that it's shite, at least give yourself a reason, because otherwise you just come across looking like a tosspot. So, alright then. Thank you very much. This is Gizmo First, and I look forward to seeing you when I finally have a little bit of lull in work and get back to making some proper content. But I do like to touch base with you every now and again. Hit the like and subscribe. Please try not to hit the unsubscribe if you don't agree with me. Everyone is entitled to an opinion, and I'll catch you later.